Okay. Thanks for everyone for sticking around. Hope you're excited about Aztec's launch as much as I am. Shout out to the validators in our testnet in the audience. Cohen. And the others. Okay. Let me test this. 5 minutes. Feel like we should do a rap battle or something. Although you produce blocks, I notice you validators do not have your hands up. No M&M fans. Okay, will we get on with it? This is only counting down from 1. So do I need to wait for this to reset, or will we just get underway? Just go? Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, well, thanks for everyone for sticking around. Let's see what we've got here. So Aztec. Aztec is a fully programmable, private, and important, as we're at the Validator Staking Summit, decentralized blockchain. So the first decentralized L2, sequencing and proving. This is a thesis. Basically, we think blockchains today have limited functionality. Essentially, no matter how much time, resource, acceptance transparent blockchains get or you put into them, the adoption is capped. Oh, this red line, yes. Stuff needs privacy. Digital identity, no one's going to put their identity on chain if everybody can see it. Stablecoins, you need that for private payments. Capital markets. So as soon as we get privacy, we're actually going to be able to attract real liquidity on chain. In terms of validators, we want to see participating in the early phases. So we've already ran a few different testnets. As I mentioned, Aztec will be the first decentralized L2. So we've already had decentralized sequencing and proving in our testnets. We had 120 participants sequencing and proving Aztec blocks in our sequencer and prover testnet. We had roughly a 50-50 split between hobbyists, so just tech-savvy individuals, and 50% professional validators. And we had nodes running in every continent, apart from Antarctica. But shout out to the dude in Africa who is running a node, David from NodeBridge, using a solar-powered generator in Starlink. What a guy. So big up him. We're going to launch our public testnet soon, so absolutely anybody will run a node, so invite you all to come along. And all of this is with our Ignition event in mind, where essentially we're looking for validators interested in establishing a sustainable business model to come and run Aztec nodes. Or alternatively, we want people who actually believe in privacy and want to see privacy on blockchains. So yeah, all that, to summarize that, so we want solar stakers, the indie operators, and the large. It's a full-scale validator opportunity. Moving on to the tokenomics. So Aztec isn't live yet, so all talk of token here is hypothetical. We have launched a foundation, so any token would come out of our Swiss foundation. We've spoken to FINMA, who would deem any token as a utility token, and there's going to be 4 use cases. So validators can propose blocks using the token, so use any token to stake. Sequencer fees will be paid using the token. Emissions will come from the token, and finally, governance votes will be made in the token. We're also going to have a fee market akin to EIP 1559, which will moderate use and help smooth out rewards. So, in short, any token will be absolutely critical to Aztec's success. In terms of our value prop, so again, we're L2, and we're going to be the first L2 that launches fully decentralized. So Aztec's positioning is a privacy layer across Ethereum. That means from day one, we will have access to $50 billion in TVL that you can trustlessly bridge from Ethereum to Aztec. No counterparties, just auditing a smart contract. As it relates to other L2s, we recently published an RFP inviting bridge providers to make proposals. Wormhole were one of the teams that were selected, and they're going to be building bridges to other L2s who can inherit some privacy just through bridging. So some of the use cases we're interested on that side are private payments, so akin to stealth addresses. You could manage your safe accounts on Ethereum or OP using private multi-sigs on Aztec. Shout out the Bybit team who might be interested in that. And also you could supply into Avi from Aztec and withdraw the funds back to Aztec privately or vice versa. So we can literally be the privacy layer across Ethereum, giving other chains and applications user and data privacy. In terms of the value proposition of Aztec versus those other chains, we will be the home of end-to-end composable privacy. So think everything you can do on Ethereum, but private. And if you want the full end-to-end privacy, you need to go to Aztec for that. On the chart on the right there, you can note some of our competitors. We have developers and liquidity at the top, more siloed solutions at the bottom, along the x-axis, on the left, single use cases versus general purpose. So like again, Aztec being in the Ethereum ecosystem is super valuable because that's where the liquidity is, and that's where the developer attention is. We have a lot of Can I keep going? Yeah, I started with the 2 minutes. But we missed 3 minutes of the presentation because that was starting from 2. Oh, really?
Test? Okay, it's working. I kind of wanted to see that the end of that presentation, to be completely honest, but let's...
Could I fly through it in 30 seconds?
No, but they did reset it to 5 minutes while you were speaking. So,
yeah, please.
Legally, you're pumped. No, I was just, wanted to give you maybe one question is, can you please continue for at least 30 seconds?
Yes.
That's
absolutely. It. So our long-term adoption, so Noir, we've had fastest growing developer ecosystem last couple of years, EF coordination, and other ecosystems using our programming language. So more tools, more libraries, more users familiar with Noir, the programming language. Flying through in terms of alignment, so validators are going to be key to the success of Aztec day one. They're going to be our users, contributors, and owners. So day one, we're going to have decentralized decision-making, no foundation delegation, people, an unheard of thing. So there's going to have to be capital at stake, and sequencers are going to have to run delegation or run governance from day one. Then on the other side, in terms of adding broad value, we're going to have localization strategies and tooling.
Okay.
Then in terms of the technical merit, real-world use cases, individuals need it for their bank balance payments. You don't want to ape into these meme coins and have to tell your wife you've lost all your money. Businesses need it through regulation, and humanity needs it. Genuinely, fabric of society slowly wasting away before our eyes. In terms of our technical contributions, Founder made a proving system used by various different teams like ZK Sync, Mina Succinct. Aztec Connect is the same sort of tech that Solana token extensions uses and any other privacy solution on EVM. We shut that down in 2021. Noir is being adopted by those other ecosystems I mentioned. And now Aztec's going to be fully open source. Everything at Aztec's been fully open source for 8 years. There we go.
Thank you. That was a minute, but thank you very much. Actually, I think you've answered to the next question I was going to ask, but like as an application, what incentive do I have to implement your tech if I already have something running? Because you're basically saying you can access all of that liquidity from day one, but what is the incentive from an application to use your solution, and how easy is it to implement it?
An application.
Yes.
Yeah, so the value proposition is very different. Like Aztec's the home of differentiated block space. There's no other private technology that allows developers in Ethereum to build private apps. So we're attracting developers who are going to rethink things from first principles. So like, what if from first principles we can have privacy across different functions? So that's one piece. Like the liquidity within the Ethereum ecosystem is the other piece. We're the only privacy project within Ethereum.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
A question. Thanks for the presentation. Sorry. How are you balancing economic alignment, like short-term, long-term, mixing community, early-stage investors, and validators?
That's a long question. So like day one, we want people to have ownership in the ecosystem, right? So like that's why there's not going to be any foundation delegation. There needs to be capital at stake. Like we want anyone participating in Aztec to have ownership. I think that's one of the true values of crypto. Like in terms of how we're managing, the mix between investors, users, validators, like it's going to be a tailored approach to all of these. Like I'd probably defer to our founder who manages the investor relations. I think we have very long-term minded investors on board who allow us to take long-term minded decisions as it relates to like how we're presenting the opportunity to users and validators, and that's super helpful.
If you would rank priorities for your go-to-market, where is like liquidity for the token compared to like scaling or validator set or something?
So any hypothetical token like these, there's no token live, right? So like that will be an important factor, of course, like the success of any other network. Like we'll ensure there's deep liquidity of any token day one. But at the same time, we want to have a diversified validator set. Like Aztec has very strong beliefs as it relates to decentralization, and we want the same sort of decentralization guarantees as Ethereum from day one. So they're all important.